All right, everyone. Next, we've got Matt Lawson, who's a freelance photographer who's been working towards uncovering whistleblowers and encouraging police to speak out against injustice.
Good job. Thanks. Hey, everyone. Thanks for coming out here today. It's a long way for people to come, so thank you for turning up. Today I'm going to talk to you guys about Cops for COVID Truth. I've said that word so many times that it's part of the vocabulary now. Cops for COVID Truth started with one man, a guy named Alexander Cooney, a police officer in Griffith in New South Wales, who penned together, he's a very brave man, He put together a letter, he questioned the PCR tests and if they actually work. They don't. He also looked at whether COVID's been isolated yet. But one of the points that I really stuck with was the question about the police and if they were working in the way that they should be with the people and for the people. And by asking that question, he started a thought process that went right across New South Wales, right across Victoria. It's now moved throughout Europe. It's happening in the UK, in America, right around the world. The best thing with that is that you guys all have to remember the power of one. Every single one of you has the power within inside you to make a difference in the world. And when you've been sitting at home and you're going through these hard times and you've been stripped of all your materialistic things and you've had to look deep inside, I hope you've all remembered that you've got the power to make a change in the world. Because that's in every single one of you. Every single person here can do that. When we look at what he said with his letter, he really looked at the fact that the trust had been broken between the police and the people. In many times the government was putting out directions and regulations the police had to put in place that maybe didn't sit with their moral compass. And what I say to everyone when we have these discussions is, if you're doing a job or you're doing something and it goes against your moral compass, or you look at your gut and say this isn't right, you have the purpose or the idea to walk away. Every single one of us should follow our gut instincts in everything we do from day to day. And it's beautiful to see someone like him standing up and making a noise and, stepping outside the ranks to say this isn't right. To all the police people that are here, I want to say thank you so much for coming out here, for protecting us and looking after our rights. As we move forwards, because we know this isn't over yet, but we're winning. That's the big thing that you all have to remember. Right now, we're winning this fight. It's maybe not a short fight, but we are winning. What we have to look at going forwards is if this kind of thing happens again and our human rights start getting taken away or stripped, we need to stand up early and we have to stand up together. We have to let go of egos and we have to say, what are we doing this for? Are we doing it for our kids? Are we doing it for our families, our grandparents? We all want to have a happy, safe life. And I'm asking the police officers that are here that if we go back into a lockdown situation, if human rights start getting stripped away, look inside yourself and say, what is the right thing to do for me? Because I've got a family that I need to go home to too. I need to go home and look in the mirror and say, I've done the right thing for my family today. The last thing I was going to talk about, just because of the location we're in, CSL and the vaccine. We need to be aware as well, and I'll speak on behalf of Alexander Cooney. There's another guy, Ken Dawson, who's spoken as well, now a second police officer. The vaccine's not going to be just for us civilians, it's for everyone. So this vaccine's going to be brought out for nurses, paramedics and the police. If you think it's going to skip you or your family, you're very wrong. So what I suggest you do is start doing some research. Talk to some of the guys here. We've got some amazing independent people here that have done a lot of their own research. One thing I will touch on is there's never been a vaccine made for a coronavirus in all of time. In 2003 and in 2009, when they tried to do this, the animals they tested it on got lung disease and died. This time around, they're not testing on animals at all. That's been skipped. The guinea pigs this time are you guys. So be awake, be aware, don't be afraid, and understand every single one of you here, every police officer, every human has the power of one. Every single one of you can make a difference. Move forwards knowing that, and don't be scared. There's been a lot of fear throughout this on TV, propaganda from our politicians. There's no need for fear anymore, okay? Be aware, be educated, be knowledgeable, and move forwards knowing you've got the power to change the world.